The primary definition of a species is referred to as the biological species concept. According to this concept, a species is a group of populations whose members have the potential to interbreed in nature and produce viable, fertile offspring, but do not produce viable, fertile offspring with members of other such groups. Because biological species are defined in terms of reproductive compatibility, the formation of new species hinges on reproductive isolation, the existence of biological factors that impede members of two species from producing viable, fertile offspring. Such barriers block gene flow between the species and limit the formation of hybrids. Hybrids are offspring that result from interspecific mating. These barriers can be classified according to whether they contribute to reproductive isolation before or after fertilization. Prezygotic barriers occur before fertilization. Postzygotic barriers occur after fertilization.
Habitat isolation. Two species that occupy different habitats within the same area may encounter each other rarely, if at all, even though they are not isolated by obvious physical barriers, such as mountain ranges. For example,
Temporal isolation. Species that breed during different times of the day, different seasons, or different years cannot mix their gametes, such as
Brandon, you want to reproduce with me? It's 4:30 in the morning!
Behavioral isolation. Courtship rituals that attract mates and other behaviors unique to a species are effective reproductive barriers, even between closely related species. Such behavioral rituals enable mate recognition, a way to identify potential mates of the same species. For example,
mechanical isolation. Mating is attempted, but morphological differences prevent its successful completion. For example,
Nope. 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 Gametic isolation. Sperm of one species may not be able to fertilize the eggs of another species. For instance, sperm may not be able to survive in the reproductive tract of females of the other species, or biochemical mechanisms may prevent the sperm from penetrating the membrane surrounding the other species' eggs. For example,
Wearing a hockey shirt trying to play basketball? Pick a sport, bro.
I am a protein. Hollywood legend.
Reduced hybrid viability. The genes of different parent species may interact in ways that impair the hybrid's development or survival in its environment. For example,
Reduced hybrid fertility. Even if hybrids are vigorous, they may be sterile. If the chromosomes of the two parent species differ in number or structure, meiosis in the hybrids may fail to produce normal gametes. Since the infertile hybrids cannot produce offspring when they mate with either parent species, genes cannot flow freely between the species. Like in the case of
Hybrid breakdown. Some first-generation hybrids are viable and fertile, but when they mate with one another or with either parent species, offspring of the next generation are feeble or sterile. For example,
Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.